Hey guys, it's Dotson with another low Poly Panda review. This time around, we're looking at Hogwarts Legacy, and this game might just be magical? Alright, yeah, I'm sorry for that. Let's just get into it. Avalanche Software, creators of such legendary games as Hannah Montana Spotlight World Tour, Rugrats in Paris, the movie, the game, and their last foray into gaming, which was back on the PS3, Cars 3, the game. Given the reins of one of the most beloved and successful franchises of all time, and a game repeatedly delayed, well-hyped, and amidst controversy surrounding the whole series, courtesy of its author, sounds like a great recipe for success, right? It's out now on the PS5, Series X, and PC, and it'll be dropping on last-gen consoles early May, assuming no further delays. Let's delve a little deeper in to see if they pulled off a miracle on this one. First up, as always, graphics. Gorgeous. Good character models, great-looking scenery, and one of the most well-developed locations in any game I've ever played, the castle itself. The game delivers on the graphical front, and it looks great. Spellcasting looks great with particle and beam effects that light up surrounding areas. The character customization, both in physical aspects and clothing, is great. The transmog system lets you customize your look once you find the item, either in-store or out in the wild. And cutscenes are all done in-engine and all look good. They show off your character without that weird juxtaposition some games do, where you kind of run around in a chicken suit, but then in a cutscene you're in default clothing and it doesn't match up. The real star of the show, however, on graphics, is the castle. Hogwarts itself. I mean, the surrounding lands look great. There's different vistas between the southern port and the Forbidden Forest, and lots of little villages spread out throughout the land. You know, mountains, lakes, Hogsmeade Village itself. But that castle. If you're not a Harry Potter fan, and you're just picking this game up as an RPG, there's a lot of depth to walking around the castle, and it's a great location. But if you are a fan, there's so many little details taken straight from the book, down to the candelabras and paintings and tapestries that are hanging on the wall, to the layout of rooms and how you get to them, where the stairs are, everything. I spent hours walking around the castle, absolutely reminiscing about those midnight book readings I did as a kid. They really nailed the details, and you could tell the people who made it cared about the source material. At the same time, because it's 100 years before the Harry Potter world, you get some creative elements to fill in the blanks where things weren't described in books or shown in the movies. It's really well done, and I got nothing to complain about. It was awesome to look at and awesome to walk around in. Audio-wise, let's talk about voice acting first. I only have a real minor complaint here. I played the male protagonist, and although he's very well done and very well spoken, I did enjoy the character's voice, but it was very calm and measured throughout the game. Like, even after death-defying battles or really large moments, he spoke like a calm, well-mannered British gentleman teenager. That being said, all the teachers, companions, shopkeepers, random NPCs, they were all done extremely well. I really loved Natty, and I wish I could have heard more from her or her mother. Other audio to make note of is the world itself. Just like the graphics, this is really where it shines. Walking around Hogsmeade Village and hearing all sorts of magical commotion, especially walking through Zonkos or Honeydukes, it's riveting. Spells hit with weight, and there's plenty of audio chatter from NPCs when you're fighting them. I mean, unless they're animals. So it's not just silent until a spell is thrown. I did have a couple instances where I heard nothing, but then you step like 1 foot forward into a cave and you hear the fighting or the fire that's going on inside, but it's silent if you're at the doorstep. The real nice thing there, though, is it can be explained away with a charm placed on the threshold instead of a bug. You're welcome to use that reasoning for free, Avalanche. But the reason we all play? Gameplay. How is it? The game runs 40-ish hours if you don't bother with all the collecting and small side quests, but well over that if you mean to platinum the game. And in that time, there's a lot of missions to partake in. There's relationships to build, towns to clear, collectibles. My god, collectibles. There's hundreds of hidden pages around that you'll have to Revelio to show, and they are the bane of my existence while playing this game. Get used to hearing
Revelio.
Because if you care about finding the collectibles and secrets, you'll be throwing that thing out every other step in some areas. The story I won't spoil, but it was okay. Nothing breathtaking like Ragnarok or Ghost of Tsushima was, but it's definitely more than serviceable. The combat, much like it was with Mad Max, is well put together. Spells and counter spells for shields, dodging, blocking. List of a couple dozen spells to choose from means you can really customize the combat to your liking. The skill tree furthers that by allowing you to spec into potions or plants, and you let your consumables do most of the work. There's stealth, there's dark arts, plain old spell throwing also comes into the mix, and you can specialize it how you see fit. I will say, the houses didn't really seem that important. Yeah, you can get sorted with just 2 in-game questions, or through linking your Pottermore account, but really, it just changes your common room. Which, they're neat to see, but you don't spend much time in there. The color of the clothing you get in the game, whether it's, red, green, blue, or yellow, and there's some differences in side quests apparently, but absolutely no effect on the main storyline, or the game in general. There's no Quidditch or House Cup, so the house choice does feel a bit shallow. However, speaking of houses, if you miss playing The Sims, there is a great addition, which is, well, I won't spoil it, but let's just say you get to customize a lot. You'll get your own personal space, which includes vivariums for animals that I'm sure you've seen in the trailer. And those 4 different zones, plus the space that you get to call your own, is amazing, the amount of customization you get between what kind of things you put in there, wall decorations, how the walls look, the floor, the rugs. I mean, it's down to every nook and cranny, and you can even choose from whether it's day or night while you're in there. I mean, it's amazing the things you can do in that room, and I'd love to see that system implemented in a lot of other games. Overall, I loved it. As a huge Potter fan, I was definitely sucked into exploring the castle and reliving memories, but even non-Potter fans can enjoy the game for what it is. It's a game in a good setting, with a good combat, and an alright story. This one is definitely a buy from us here at Poly Panda, and we look forward to getting DLC in the future. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe. Let us know below in the comments what game you want us to review next.